Hi everyone, welcome to the Healing Black Women Podcast. I am your host, LaQuanda Roberts Buckley, Executive Director and Founder of Healing Black Women. Let's get into it. Tonight we're going to be talking about accepting the role as an auntie in the Black community. I'm going to talk from my perspective. For me, accepting the role as an auntie was challenging for me in the beginning. And the reason why was because I knew what that meant. Like, I understood what that meant. I knew it was going to be moments where it was heavy. I knew it was going to be moments where I would have to step into things that were uncomfortable. And I knew it was going to be moments that would stretch me. And if you're a Black woman in the United States of America, you already feel stretched. You're already tired, okay? You already feel stretched, already tired. And so with that, I didn't really want to do it. Y'all know, if you know me, you know I got bipolar disorder, so I was always worried about, would this just be too much stuff? I think for a lot of us after 2020, we were exhausted. We were exhausted, and I looked at the women that I was working with, and I was like, yeah, we're tired. I don't think I want to do this stuff anymore. And then some things started happening. I have a Black daughter, and I got to a point that I had to stop myself. And I was listening to what people were saying about me. What they were saying was how relatable I was. What they were saying was how approachable I was. What they were saying was how I was able to take these deep, hard concepts. As if you don't know, I'm a mental health expert in mental health, and make it feel realistic, valid, and really approachable. And as I would hear this constantly about, people telling me this after they heard me speak, or after I had, encounters with me, or after I helped them with something, not clinically, but just on this advocacy base, what I do for a living, it dawned on me that I was able to do that because of Black aunties. Not my relative aunties, but Black community aunties. And I had to sit with the fact that I was benefiting from the investment of Black aunties and not providing or feeding into the pot of Black aunties myself. And although they may not identify themselves as Black aunties, for me, that was Dr. Betty Warwick Flesher. For me, that was Dr. Mary Coleman. For me, that was Sharon Turner Davis. So when you sit back, and let me not forget Minnie Pearl Jones. When you sit back and you're thinking about where you are, the space that you are in, I had to look at myself, my Black woman self, and say, LaQuanda, you are a product of the investment of Black aunties in the community. How dare you not be one? How dare I not be one? And I had to sit with that. How dare I? How dare I eat from the pot and then not fill it back up? Now, this isn't I think I'm all this stuff. However, I have developed a particular set of skills that was embedded into me by my ancestors and cultivated through my aunties. And from that fruit, which was planted within me, other people are able to eat and thrive. Think what you want to about yourself. That's what I know about LaQuanda Roberts Buckley. And another thing that I had to understand in accepting my role, the fullness of my role as an auntie, that every single time I stepped back as a woman, a Black woman who is a member of Generational X, Gen X, every time I took a step back, someone younger than me had to take a step forward and navigate a space that they really needed guidance from, but I'm over here trying to be quiet, cute, and collected. And so she ends up getting burnt out because she doesn't have somebody to, at the bare minimum, put her head on their shoulder. She can't even catch her breath. I know the steps. I don't walk the path. But I didn't want to accept my role as an auntie. When I accepted my role as an auntie, I understand very clearly that my tongue and my language is very, very powerful, and it is a double-edged sword. Not only can it impact the members of my community directly, it can also impact how they are perceived by people outside the community who wish to harm them. I'm going to correct my nieces and nephews. I'm going to offer guidance to my nieces and nephews. I'm going to allow my nieces and nephews to learn their lessons. But I'm not going to allow anybody to come to them and talk out the side of their neck. And I think for this generation, especially for us, we're tired. We're all tired. We're all stretched. That's why when we see someone come at our nieces and nephews, we need to rear up and put that fence in front of them and guide them and guard them and protect them. Because, if you put one stick by itself up, that stick is going to fall. But you add another stick, and then you add another stick, and you add another stick, and you add another stick, and you got some more sticks. People can't come at our babies like that. And sometimes our babies, I want you to hear me, I'm 45 years old. Sometimes our babies are 30. If they've been out there doing it by themselves this whole time, sometimes our babies are 30 years old. Okay? And if you're like, well, people don't listen. Why would they? You know how harsh we've been on people who've had nothing? And we're the people who had nothing too. But I am an auntie. That's why I want everyone to understand. There are people who look like us, who are not always as outspoken as someone like Candace Owens, who still mean you harm. And you need to understand that. There are quite a few Black women who are walking around with blue bracelets that you ain't know about. They cosplaying. Now, if you're in a position, and I know you're tired, to where you're like, I need to step in the role of my auntie as an auntie in the Black community, you don't have to do all these gigantic things. Sometimes being an auntie is shutting down conversations. When someone says something about a YN, but that YN over there going to pick up his kids, and the dude with the degree acting crazy. These inter-community aggressions that take place, because I'm always going to start at the house. LaQuadra, I'm going to always start at the house. And then I'm going to check who's knocking at the door. But I'm going to always start at the house first. And I want to say this. And I want y'all to hear what I'm saying, because I hear this all the time. People keep saying, oh, the Black community is so divided. Oh, the Black community is so divided. No, we are not. We are a community with different components. We're a community with different types of people. Other communities have the same makeup or a similar makeup. Our two main political parties are based upon one group of people, one racial group of people who did not agree with each other. And y'all see they go to town on each other all the time. One of us just let us sit at the table with them. That's it. One of them just let us sit at the table with them. That's it. So that I need y'all to understand. We are not a fractured community. We're not a fractured community. We're a community that is continuously exploring our differences under systematic, oppressive microscopes that provide the illusion or present the illusion that we are dysfunctional and we are broken. We are not dysfunctional. We are not broken. We have inter-community conversations out loud that again gives that perception that we are not united as a people. But never forget, the two main political parties in the United States of America are based upon a racial group who are not united. This is common within systematic systems that promote individualism. So we are in a constant state where we're fighting against who we were told we should be and who we actually are, which is a community-based group of people, not individualism. And we all interchangeably go in and out. But I just wanted to share that. I know I'm going to cut this off because I got a potato right here. Look, I got a potato right here. And it got some turkey in here, some ranch dressing. I put Doritos on this mug. And I got a jug of tea right here I'm going to get into. But I wanted to just share that out loud. That these things don't come naturally. Sometimes it's scary. And when I say things, I mean accepting your role in your community does not come naturally. It can be scary. There can be some fear. But there is also beauty when you are able to allow yourself to step into it. And there is a sense of balance and peace that you can have when you are assuming your role as an auntie within the Black community. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.